presents the IPL Wars!
Hey guys, welcome to Shout It Stupid. We're a brand new YouTube channel. It's a platform where people can come discuss various things, be it sports, music, movies, finance, fashion, basically anything under the sun. The idea is be stupid, be heard. And, political incorrectness is welcome. So that is basically what we are.
And we're going to start off today with the series called IPL Wars, where twice a week, two different fans from supporting different teams will come here and discuss, argue, and maybe even fight over questions that you guys will send across about cricket, IPL, and any of the teams.
I'm Vyom Diwanji, your resident Sunrisers Hyderabad fan, lifelong sports fanatic, and especially when it comes to Manchester United and Sachin Tendulkar.
And my name is Aman Shah. I'm your non-resident Rajasthan Royals fan, also a big fan of Manchester United, Roger Federer, and all Indian sports.
Okay, so Aman, we'll start today's questions. So the first question is, do you think having the IPL so close after the World Cup, does that sort of hamper the IPL?
Well, Vyom, the thing with the IPL has always been, this is in the 8th season so far. The World Cup is only going to come once every 4 years. So, I mean, it's okay. The IPL is anyways resulted in a lot of overkill when it comes to cricket. Now, every year we have an IPL, then we have a Champions League trophy. I think the last time there was a test match in India was some last 1.5 years ago.
No, but then having it 10 days after the, World Cup itself, I mean, that's really pushing.
But I mean, they don't have an option, right? I mean, that's the only time they can fit it in. The ICC has the Future Tours program. They have.
As you said, World Cup comes like once in 4 months, 4 years rather.
Yeah, 4 years.
So I mean, they can work around, especially during World Cup years, because right now it's just too much. I mean, so by the time you really start to get into it once again as a cricket fan, half of the IPL season is already over.
Yeah, that's true. But I think, I mean, like I said, it's there that if they sort of reschedule this IPL, then they have to reschedule all the tours, going ahead, and then that circle becomes very difficult. So I think, I mean, for this year, also, I mean, not everyone playing in the World Cup is going to play in the IPL. There are a lot of other players who get involved in the IPL. So in that sense, it's good. From a fan's perspective, I think it became an overkill many years ago. So I don't think people are really complaining.
Okay. Yeah, so I think,
We'll go ahead. Okay. So, moving on, Vyom, I think the one question that I think I would like to know is who has been the one player, I know who it is for me, but who has been the one player so far in the few matches that have gone by who has stood out for you in the IPL?
I think I'll go with a safe choice. I mean, not a safe choice, but, Gautam Gambhir is my choice.
Okay.
Now, he is a captain of the KKR and he's a very senior player. But, he's been out of the Indian scene for quite some time. And last year also he had a very good year. This year again, he's having a good year.
But he can't seem to get into the Indian team for some reason.
But that's a sad thing, right?
Yeah.
Because if he'd have been, I think, that Raina position, Gambhir, a senior player in that position, especially now with, Dhoni, hopefully now going out of the Indian cricket scene. So but we need a senior player there. And I think Gautam Gambhir, time and again has proved that, he is that guy.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, he's more of a number one opener or number 3, but I mean,
yeah,
to that extent,
he's a great player against spin, so
Yeah,
and pace, so he can come in at any position.
yeah.
What do you think? I mean, who's?
I think the reason why I'm such a big Rajasthan Royals fan is because every season there is someone who just comes out of nowhere and becomes the star, and we've seen it like across since the IPL started from 2008. People like Ravindra Jadeja, Yusuf Pathan, all these people became famous because of Rajasthan Royals. And this season we so far
Rajasthan Royals became famous because of
these guys became famous because of Rajasthan Royals, because they gave them a chance when no other team would have given. And I think Deepak Hooda is prime example. I think in the first two matches he scored at more than 200
one of those
strike
guys
rate.
who eventually when the big match comes he'll fail.
Yeah, but at least so far he's sort of done really well, and he scored, and he's in the last game he also bowled well and he also batted well. He was man of the match. I think he's a brilliant prospect.
Yeah, I think he's a good prospect for the team. Okay, we'll move to the next question. Let's talk about your beloved Rajasthan Royals. See, the thing I always find with Rajasthan Royals is that they're very good when the league phase is there, and they're good till a certain point. But when the crux comes, when like the really big matches come, they somehow always falter to deceive. Apart from that first season where they won, last few seasons they've not really they played well, but then eventually not qualified or qualified and failed, and it's always been like average with them. So, do you think this year they can break that jinx?
So see, the thing is that when there are 8 or 9 teams playing in IPL, the chance of any one team winning is like 1/8 or 1/9, right?
So not for CSK.
Not for CSK, obviously. But,
and KKR
but CSK is for different reasons which we should not talk about. But so the reason I like Rajasthan Royals, I'll tell you, is because, like I said, so they don't have any, it's like standout players. They don't have a Yuvraj Singh or a AB de Villiers or a Chris Gale like
but
Bangalore
isn't
has.
That the problem? I mean,
no, I think
when the time comes,
brilliant.
there's no one to stand up.
I'll give you a football analogy. So the reason I like Rajasthan Royals is because it's like the other team I support, Manchester United. So they sort of build these young players up who have who are going to serve them.
Manchester United wins.
Yeah,
Rajasthan
Royals won the first season, and they've been consistently playing well. I mean, they've not gone on to win it, but I hope they do this time. But I mean, like for the other example is like other side you have team like Mumbai Indians, which is like something like a Manchester City or a Real Madrid, where you have a lot of money and you keep buying a lot of big players, but then you don't get the results. So I am a big fan, as a sports fan. I support the underdogs, and I think that's why I really like Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah, see, what I always feel with Rajasthan, yes, it's a good sports story, and that they give young Indian players a chance. Okay, everything accepted. But you should have players who can be match winners when it really counts. And somehow with Rajasthan Royals that never happened. Because last year against Mumbai, that the Mumbai Indians that you hate, but that match, they just needed to not even lose. All they needed to do was not lose badly in that match, and they somehow in
the big games, sometimes the bigger teams will come to the party. But I mean, I'm very confident, and there have been instances in the past
year,
where
what do you think?
There have been instances in the past where Rajasthan Royals have some not very known player has come and played like a match-winning innings. So I'm sure they can do that, and I'm definitely sure that at least in the top 3 this time they will be there. They're a very balanced team, and I think a very important part is like they have very good Indian players, very good domestic players.
I think Steve Smith is...
and they have Steve Smith as a captain, and because we have to sort of understand that 7 players have to be the domestic players out of the 11. So as good as your overseas team is, you need to have a good sound 7 domestic players, and I think in Sanju Samson, Ajinkya Rahane in the top, and you have bowlers like Praveen Tambe, Deepak Hooda coming in. I think that's a very good mix, and along with obviously James Faulkner, Steven Smith, it sort of is a very well balanced team, and I think that's why they do well.
I think this is the year where he's had a good Ranji season also. Sanju Samson, I think this year
his start has not been that great, but I mean, if the last seasons are anything to go by, he should definitely be one to watch out for. But I mean, enough about Rajasthan Royals. I'm sure they'll do well. Why don't you tell me about Sunrisers Hyderabad? I mean, they were not even a team till some time back. And now they have
were a team. They were just Deccan Chargers.
Yeah, and
with the beautiful Gayatri
Reddy, yes. But so now they're like rebranded. They have Tom Moody as their coach. And what do you see? Do you think they'll be able to finally show up and live up to all that promise that they've had since the second season where they won?
I think so. See, they've always had a good team, and I'm a Dale Steyn fan, so go Dale Steyn. Who's unfortunately
not playing for the first.
But we won today. We won against the RCB,
yeah.
And I think this year they have a good combination, especially with Faulkner, Dhawan. That's a good start, and then they've got people like Williamson, which is very important because he's the guy who can give the middle order some stability. Even Rahul, I mean he
played well today.
Yeah, so he played well today. So. And then bowling, you've got Steyn and Bolt. So,
But I don't know whether Steyn and Bolt will ever play together because of the
one of them will play. So he's good. And then I really love Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who should have been playing instead of, Mohit Sharma, who just, I don't know, what the deal with him and Dhoni is. But, God knows why he's in the Indian cricket team. But yeah, so Bhuvneshwar Kumar should have been playing in the World Cup. He is possibly the best bowler we have in the swing department. and he plays with him. He's good. Karan Sharma I like a lot. I think this year they've got a good combination. They might struggle against some of the bigger teams because it all depends on Warner and Dhawan. The day they play, they can beat anyone.
Yeah.
But then the day they do not play, I don't know whether they have the striking
The
power.
middle order is a little. The middle order is a little
consistent
shaky.
people,
Yeah.
but I don't think so. They have the striking power there. Maybe Ravi Bopara,
So he's been pleased. The first 2-3 games, his first 2 games he's done as a bowler or bowling all rounder. He's been really good. So, yeah.
So maybe, but let's see. I am quite hopeful. I think they can go all the way this time because Dhawan was in great form in.
And Warner is very destructive in. IPL.
So I think they can go places. So now let's
Come to the
discuss.
match, yes.
Let's come to the match. So RR and Sunrisers play this week.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think it's going to be close, but obviously Rajasthan Royals will win. I think what will sort of really decide the match is how our bowlers bowl against Dhawan and Warner, like you said, because that important start like we saw today against RCB also.
But who are your bowlers?
No, we have Faulkner.
Apart from Faulkner.
We have Faulkner. We have Dhaval Kulkarni. We have Chris Morris, who's a brilliant South African bowler. And and our spin department is also very good.
And then you've got
we have
those
Praveen Tambe and who's sort of
Stuart
really
Binnies of this
and
world.
Stuart Binney who was quite good last season, up till last season. I think before he came into the Indian cricket team, he was very good. So
see again, RR is a thing that I feel fairly confident about beating.
no, so like I said,
after beating
if we
these
can
guys,
get through Warner and Dhawan early, I think we have a very good chance. And for whatever, I mean, even if we are chasing, I think Ajinkya Rahane gives us a solid start.
Bolt is the man, right?
Yeah, but Ajinkya Rahane has played brilliantly, and he has that form coming into the World Cup and coming in from the World Cup. And then you have Steven Smith, you have Watson. If he's playing, you have Watson who adds some stability in the middle order.
Do you think the place? I mean, it's going to be held in Hyderabad. So, do you think that is going to have any
IPL,
impact?
I don't think it really makes a difference, right? Because
Except if you're playing in Calcutta. Till last year.
They keep talking about home ground advantage and all, but half the teams are playing all over the place. So Rajasthan Royals is playing a home game in Ahmedabad and then Mumbai or in Pune. So I think that way, I mean, I don't know to what extent that would make a difference. I think except for Chennai and KKR at Eden Gardens, I don't think there's much of a home ground advantage.
Yeah. So you're quite confident that your guys are.
I'm quite confident. I will see how it goes. Like I said, I think the key is going to be Dhawan and Warner, that opening partnership. And if we're able to get them out before not too many runs, then I think we should be able to run through the rest of the.
I think I'm a little more confident than you.
Okay.
I'll go out on a limb and say that Sunrisers are going to win comprehensively against Rajasthan Royals.
I have my doubts, but I mean we'll have to agree to disagree on that one, I think.
Okay. So I think that's it for today's episode. So guys, like us on Facebook, post your questions there, and post your questions on Twitter at @ShoutItStupid. You can follow me and on Twitter at Vyom Diwanji.
On Twitter, I am at Aman812, and we'll also be coming out very soon with the next episode of IPL Wars. So stay tuned for that.
And please subscribe to us so you can keep seeing our
All
videos.
the descriptions are all the details are in the description below.
Yeah. Bye bye.